Rugby, rugby, rugby. Guys, it was compulsory for one to attend rugby, or else you were in shit. You were going to be in deep shit. I won't lie to you. Rugby was the most worshipped sport at school. Kid you not, it was the most worshipped sport at school. Like, nothing else mattered when rugby was on at any particular point in time. Remember, remember the walkout practice I told you about on one of the episodes. Rugby was the whole reason why it existed. That's the whole reason why walkout practice was ever something of any relevance. It was because of rugby. And on top of it all, the systems in place were quite a strong instrument in making sure the love of rugby was instilled in every soul at the school. You had no escape. You had no escape at all. You had to love rugby at the end of the day. And on that note, my name is Shylock Thompson. Umkhwenyana wenye muhle njalo. Qili. Uyezumakoti. So most of the matches were on a Saturday, and you could, feel the atmosphere, the tension, the excitement, the adrenaline. Cause hosting rugby matches was totally awesome. It was awesome. Yet it had its frustrating flip side. If one had any plans at all on that particular day, they had to be cancelled and focus mainly on the upcoming rugby match. Whatever you planned on a day when first team rugby was playing and we were hosting, you had to cancel all those plans, and your main focus or your main worry was you being there for the rugby match to support your first team rugby. That is how important rugby was at school. If you went to a school that played rugby, you know what I'm talking about. If it's a boarding school, that's even worse. If it's an all boys boarding school, that's even more, and much more, extremely worse. You'd understand. You would understand. You wouldn't be surprised by what I'm talking about right now. You wouldn't be. So, in as much as rugby was the highlight, hockey as well would be in the mix in most cases. And there may be basketball here and there, depending on which school you're actually hosting, right? So that day would be filled with like sports activities. The build-up matches leading to the main highlight of the day, which was the first team rugby match. The most important highlight of the day was always the first team rugby match. Always. It was the last. We were saving the best for last. That kind of thing. You had to be ready to give it your all when it came to supporting. And I'm serious about this. You had to be ready mentally, physically, even emotionally as well. You had to be ready because all of these things were needed when it came to supporting your first team rugby. It was. Trust me, it was. Your lungs, your voice box, your hands had to be in proper shape. All these three had to be in proper shape. Reason being, they had to be exceptionally collaborative and execute the war cries necessary and loud enough to give morale to the first team. Let me say this again slowly. Slowly. I'm saying your lungs, your voice box, your hands had to be in proper shape for them to be exceptionally collaborative and execute the war cries necessary and loud enough to give morale to the first team. Everybody had to be there. Like everybody had to be there. From the from the youngest, shortest new boy, aka first year, to the most huge and tallest senior 60th prefect cop at the school. Everybody had to be there. There were no exceptions, no excuses, no fucking around on that day. Trust me, on that day, Rugby was God, and you had to bow without questioning anything. You had to bow. You had to be in line. That, that's how tense it was. And you had to know the war cries, the chants, and everything in between. You had to know the war cries, the chants, and everything in between. Obviously, the fourth years led the war cries. The juniors sat on the ground whilst the seniors were on the benches. That was the setup. And in all this, if any junior was caught mumbling the lyrics or even a bit lazy, if any junior was caught mumbling the lyrics or even a bit lazy, you could find yourself saving some severe punishments for that. You could do that anywhere else, just not when first team rugby is playing. You can't. You can't afford to slack when first team rugby is playing, or else you're in for it. You're in for shit. You'll be in deep shit. Let me put it that way. You will be, without a doubt. And there's the other thing as well. You would pray hard. You would pray hard that the horse win, which means your school wins on that particular Saturday. Or else losing, or else losing would lead to some serious after effects one wouldn't be happy experiencing afterwards. Like you'll be traumatized, you'll be stressed when the team loses because you know what's gonna follow afterwards. It's not gonna be nice if a junior ran. It won't be nice, and it wasn't nice at all. Because now, you see, when the first team loses, right? It meant that the seniors will be frustrated, irritated, and probably angry as well. And guess who's going to be on the receiving end of all of that? It's the junior, the vulnerable one. I mean, those guys that just lost won't be in a happy mood for probably the whole weekend in most cases. So, can you imagine that? Seniors in a bad mood for the whole weekend. And remember, the rugby playing guys were big. So, hey, do the maths. You've been shit. You will be in shit. The love, the passion, and culture around rugby was just quite intense. So now imagine you abscond being at the rugby field and supporting on the day. Then they do find out that you were in absentia. Then they do find out that you were in absentia. Yeah. You would regret that decision. You would regret that decision, I'm telling you. But I do I do remember the times when I personally did not attend a rugby match as a junior. Maybe once or twice, because we would hide in the classrooms and make sure we are in silence mode or silent mode till the match ends. Like you could not stay at the house. It was too risky. It was just too risky. You could not stay at the hostels. For those that are confused what houses are, if you're still confused, you could not stay at the dormitories or the dorms. It was too risky. It was too risky. But I just don't recall being caught. Lucky me, eh? Lucky me. Because if I had been caught, hey, I could be telling you another story right now. I could be telling you another story right now. Because I did witness other guys who got caught. And trust me, you hellfire poured on them. Hellfire was upon them. It was hard. It was hard for them. It was hard. Because it was a serious offense, guys. It was a serious offense not to attend and show your support for first team rugby. Cricket, they didn't care. It's a gentleman's game. It's fine. Nobody cared. Rugby, yeah. So, folks, attending rugby was compulsory, and if you did not attend, you've been shit. I'm not sure about now, but during our time, it was rough. You had to be there. You just had to be there. So, folks, that's my story for today. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And let's grow the channel together. Ciao.